Hello, everybody, and welcome to Friday Apocryphal Podcast, your one-stop shop for everything Friday Apocryphal and podcast. And boy, do we have a show for you today. Today we are covering
the life of Adam and Eve, the apocalypse of Moses, to Electric Boogaloo,
1 through 10.
10.
That was just the worst. Okay, so we're going to be doing the life of Adam and Eve, the apocalypse of Moses.
The life of Adam and Eve 2, Electric Boogaloo.
The apocalypse
of Moses, 1 through 10.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'll remember that for next time.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I probably won't.
Oh, I will.
I know you probably will. I probably won't.
It doesn't matter to me.
Yep.
I think...
Speaking of the life of Adam and Eve, what book are you reading from?
Oh, we got the Old Testament Pseudepigrapha, Volume 2. Edited by James H. Charlesworth, and the section on the life of Adam and Eve was written by M.D. Johnson.
M.D. Johnson.
Dr. Johnson himself.
Yep.
Or herself, I don't know. Just M.D.
Could be, either way.
Yeah.
But, this is not the Vita.
No, this is the Greek version. The Vita is, of course, the Latin version of this story, and the Greek version, it can hardly really be considered an apocalypse at all. It really only gets that identification because of the preface.
Wow.
Yeah, so you have this preface, which is probably a later edition, and then you also have the inclusion of... So, chapter 29, which we are going to cover it today, even though I know it only says 1 through 10. That's because it's placed earlier, right after the preface in this version. They do have a note on it, though. So we'll talk about that. I guess it's like another... It's also a later edition and only exists in one manuscript, I think. But it's placed after chapter 29. So that's why it's in there in the first place. But as to why it's here at the beginning... I don't know. I don't know why they just didn't I guess they couldn't. It was just too late to change the numbers for these, I guess, for these chapters. So
it's never too late.
I feel like at some point it is. It'd be futile to change it.
No, it would just invalidate a whole bunch of previous scholarship, which has been done before.
It would just be confusing if you just changed all the numbers, because then a reference to one thing would be a reference to a different thing if you're using two different translations.
Yeah, you could just release a concordance book.
Yeah, that would be something. But either way, we got the life of Adam and Eve, the apocalypse of Moses. I'm going to hand this off to you.
You better.
Yeah, the apocalypse of Moses. Let's see what Moses learns according to this. Probably it's about the life of Adam and Eve, I'm guessing. It's essentially the same story, but I think it's more concentrated on Eve's point of view.
Oh.
Which there are two possibilities here, right? So either we get Eve trying to defend herself, or we get Eve, just the same Eve that was the character that was developed in the Vita, where she just hates herself and is blaming herself for everything. It's one of them.
Mm-hmm. All right. The life of Adam and Eve, Apocalypse. Preface. This isn't chapter 1. This is preface.
I don't know how to do that.
You write preface.
Yeah, he's saying he doesn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
No, I am disappointed in you.
Aren't we all?
Yes.
Preface? Is that how you
Yes.
say it? I did it then. Here you go.
Preface. The narrative and life of Adam and Eve, the first made, revealed by God to Moses, his servant, when he received the tablets of the law of the covenant from the hand of the Lord, after he had been taught by the archangel Michael. This
just the
preface...
No, that was the preface. That's not the title.
Preface.
Okay.
Yeah, the preface is this is a revelation to him when after he got the tablets.
Yeah. The preface, certainly a later addition to the Greek text, is the sole cause of the traditional but erroneous title Apocalypse of Moses. The Greek text has nothing to do with Moses. Nor is it in the technical sense an apocalypse.
So it's it's literally just because of this one preface that it has its name.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, isn't it? But I love biblical history. Although speaking of Greek, I did just finish all of my Greek recently, like all of my courses.
And now that you've finished with Greek, you know everything about Greek, right?
No, not everything.
Why not?
Listen, there are 5,000 grammar rules, and
you haven't memorized every single one of them?
No, I know a lot of them. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to pass the course. But
you would learn those a lot faster if you moved to a country where they speak ancient Greek.
Yeah.
Or we printed cards.
That'd be great.
That you already knew.
Where do they do that,
like
Ruben?
Magic cards.
Ancient Greece.
In ancient Greek. And we played ancient Greek magic. You'd learn the cards again.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying if you printed cards. Like
Chris just wants to play Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, he played it recently again, and he's like, I like this game again.
It was all right.
All right. Chapter 29.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, weirdly enough, it's here.
Nothing Lawrence put in to start was correct.
Listen.
Thank you, Lawrence.
Listen.
We could have written it as like
it would have been weird to have it be 29
through 10.
Yeah, that would have been fucking weird.
It would have, but it would have been correct.
Sweet.
And it happened that we mourned for 7 days. After 7 days, we were hungry, and I said to Adam, "Gather and bring us food, that we might eat and live, lest we die."
I think there's a note on the placement of this chapter as well.
Maybe later.
Yeah, should it just be 29A or something?
The repentance in the Greek tradition is found only in manuscripts F and H, and is located there after 29:6 as the concluding part of Eve's story of the fall. The text translated here is that of H with variants of F noted.
That's all right.
That's all it says.
Okay.
Let us get up and weep on the ground, so that God might hear us. And we rose and went through the whole land and did not find food. And answering, I said to Adam, "Rise, my Lord, and do away with me, that I might depart from you, and from the presence of God, and from the angels, so that they will cease to be angry with you on my account."
Yeah, so this is... Yeah, so is this the same fucking character? That same kind of Eve.
Then Adam answered and said to Eve, "Why have you been thinking of this evil, that I should commit murder and bring death to my rib, so that I should stretch out my hand against the image which God made?"
So are you trying to be, what's his name? Chills?
Who's Chills?
I think his name is Chills.
He's just every streamer ever.
No, there's this YouTuber who talks like with the weird ass fucking cadence.
Oh.
He's the number 15 Burger King foot lettuce guy.
Oh.
Number 15 Burger King foot lettuce.
That. I don't know if he's that. I don't know. I just don't know.
No, I'm being the movie preview guy.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You remember?
Yeah.
I remember back in the day when movie previews, like,
We're all done by the same guy.
and they weren't just like a clip of a movie and like interspersed together with like a
Yeah.
like
yeah.
remember when like it would be like, you know, if they made a preview for Spider-Man, right? It'd be like, "This summer, coming to theaters near you.
Yeah.
Spidey's gonna be slinging through New York City." Yeah. That was great.
You know,
Back
they
then.
did like literally
Yeah, but then
have
it all-
separate clips for the trailers. Like they didn't show it was in the movie. They showed stuff that you might like find in the DVD afterwards or something.
right, yeah.
Mhm.
That was cool. It felt like they put in more effort. I don't know.
Yeah. So here Adam's like, "I'm not gonna kill you because you're my rib."
Yeah, that would be painful to God and me as well. Thank you, not a theist. Very much appreciated. The earlier episodes to the show kind of suck, not gonna lie, but they get better over time, I think.
Not as raunchy and stupid as we just were.
Yeah.
Okay. But rather, let us repent and offer prayers for 40 days. But you fast 34 days because you were not formed until the 6th day, in which God made his creation.
Also, this would be different than the Latin one, right? Because in the Latin one, she only repented for 18? Or was that a different?
In the Latin one,
because I remember, Adam was like, "I know you probably can't handle the same amount of time that I can handle it," but they went and stood in the water for weeks.
in 37 days in the Latin.
Oh, okay.
And here it is 34.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, the Slavic or Slavonic reads 44.
Huh, okay, great.
But you rise and go to the Tigris River and take a stone and set it under your feet and go in and stand in the water up to the neck and do not let 3 words come out of your mouth, for we are unworthy and our lips are not clean. But cry silently to God, saying, O God, be gracious to me. Manuscript F, whereas H reads, but pray to God and keep the lips silent that we might be baptized in the water with all your heart. This has a Christian touch not found in F. But Adam went into the Jordan River and cried with a loud voice, saying, I say to you, water of the Jordan, stand still, and all birds and all animals and all reptiles found both on land and in the sea gathered together. And all the angels and all the creatures of God surrounded Adam as a wall around him, weeping and praying to God on behalf of Adam, so that God gave ear to them.
Well, shit. It took all of those animals.
Yeah. Well, he has dominion over all of them.
He does. Yeah,
Which
that's
is
true.
why there's no argument for veganism, because humans have dominion over all the animals. It's written in your Bibles. You cannot be a Christian and a vegan.
You can. You just
I'm
have
sure you
to be
can,
cool
yeah.
with lab-grown meat, too.
I don't think anyone has issues with lab-grown meat.
Yeah, vegans are fine with that.
That's the true mastery over animals.
Yeah.
But the devil, not having found an opportunity with Adam, came to the Tigris River to Eve. Taking the form of an angel, he stood before her weeping, and his tears fell on the ground and on his robe. And he said to me, Come up out of the water and be done with weeping, for the Lord has heard your request, and the angels and all his creatures have beseeched God about your prayer. Thus he deceived me, and I stepped out of the water.
Okay, so yeah, this is from... Yes, this is, Eve is telling her...
Why is this first?
Well, the thing is... They kind of already said that this was, after they were out of the garden, right?
Yeah.
They didn't say that initially.
Yeah.
Because that is what happens first in the Vita.
And then they repent. They have that section of time. So this is there was stuff that they kind of skipped over that wasn't in the Latin text, but
Seriously, yeah.
yeah. But the thing is, you have to remember these aren't exactly two versions of the same story.
Clearly.
Because the amount of time or the amount of stuff that is in one and is not in the other is a lot. So it's really just, you can tell they're part of the same story. They're describing the events of Adam and Eve's lives after they got kicked out of the garden. So they are essentially the same. It's the same time period, but it's they concentrate on different things. And I think the Apocalypse of Moses goes on a little further than the Vita. So,
Chapter 1. We're finally in the first chapter.
yeah, that was chapter 29, which is moved.
If you're enjoying the stream so far, give us a like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, family, neighbors. Chapter 1. This is the account of Adam and Eve. Manuscripts E1 and E2 add the first made.
Oh, okay.
After they had come out of paradise, Adam took his wife, and they went down into the east, and they stayed there 18 years and 2 months. Several explanations of the enigmatic names for Cain and Abel have been... Oh, that's not there. E1 and E2 add Adam knew his wife and she here. And Eve conceived and bore 2 sons, Diaphotos, called Cain, and Amalabes, called Abel. Now, several explanations of the enigmatic names for Cain and Abel have been proposed. A, that the original read Diaphitor or Diaphitotes, a planter, and Melatas or Melobotes, a keeper of the sheep. B, Adiaphotos, unshining, as found in manuscripts D1, D2, D3, M1, M2, and E1. Aphoton, nameless, in E2, as well as the Aramaic text. C, that Amalabes is a rude transcription of the Hebrew Ham-Hubal, the destroyed one. D, that the similarity of Cain, with Kiun, Kaiwan for the planet Saturn, gave rise to a legend about the shining face of Cain, which is found in Pre-21 and Targ-Yer on Genesis 4:1.
So it's in the Targum too. Okay. But that is interesting that they had some weird association between
Saturn
and Cain. Yeah.
The description of Cain as lustrous in Vita 21:3 supports this view of the name Diaphotos. The later 2 explanations would imply that a Semitic, probably Hebrew original text lay behind both the Greek and Latin. But that's speculation. Chapter 2. After these things, Adam and Eve were together. And when they were lying down to sleep, Eve said to her lord Adam, "My lord, I saw in a dream this night the blood of my son Amalabes, called Abel, being thrust into the mouth of Cain, his brother, and he drank it mercilessly."
Oh my God.
He begged him to allow him a little bit of it, but he did not listen to him, but swallowed all of it.
Holy shit.
It did not stay in his stomach, but came out of his mouth. And Adam said to Eve, "Let us rise and go see what has happened to them. Perhaps the enemy is warring against them."
Wait, hold up. So he was drinking his blood,
and then drank all of his blood,
and then
all of it,
and then spit it out,
puked it up.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Cain is a vampire.
So that I don't think that was in the Vita, was it?
No.
Because it just said in the Vita that he killed him.
That's very different.
Yes, it was, very briefly. So in the Vita, it says Eve is saying to Adam about this dream. "My lord, while I was sleeping, I saw a vision as if the blood of our son Abel was in the hand of Cain, who was gulping it down in his mouth."
Oh, okay.
But it's much more detailed here.
Yeah, much more detailed.
Now, would that suggest that the Greek is later?
I have no idea.
Well, it is more likely the Greek is later anyways.
Because I don't know. So there would be a couple ways to tell. One of the ways is to check the actual Greek to see like what dialect it fit into. And another way, and you'd have to check it against the Latin one too, right? And then the other way would be, through, something like this where we're reading it and trying to figure out like what would make sense there. So like, I think we would have to ask then, because there's always the potential of these coming from the same source and expanded on differently, or like, one from the other is also possible. But I don't think there's just enough info to say for sure.
Chapter 3. And when they both had gone out, they found Abel killed by the hand of Cain, his brother. E1 and E2 omit both. And God said to Michael the archangel, say to Adam, the mystery which you know. Manuscript B omits those words. Do not report to your son Cain, for he is a son of wrath. But do not mourn, for I will give you another son in his place. This one shall reveal to you all that you shall do, but you tell him nothing.
So don't go to Cain, because probably like don't confront him on this.
Yeah.
Otherwise he'll kill you too.
Yeah. So the 2U is omitted in A1, A2, D1, D2, D3, and D4.
Great.
Some manuscripts add to him. The last phrase, which says, but you tell him nothing, is omitted in D1, D4, E1, E2, G, H, and the Aramaic. These things God said to his angel, and Adam kept the word in his heart with him and Eve, grieving over Abel, their son.
But it's okay, because he's just going to be
I'll make a new one.
replaced.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Chapter 4. After these things, Adam knew his wife, and she conceived and bore Seth. Manuscript H here adds the last half of Genesis 4:25. But it's not in here. And Adam said to Eve, see, we have begotten a son in place of Abel, whom Cain killed. Let us give glory and sacrifice to God.
Yeah. Perfect. Amazing. We lost one kid, but thanks God for giving us this new one.
Yep. Chapter 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Adam fathered 30 sons and 30 daughters.
And it does continue, chapter 5.
Oh, really?
Yep.
It does, yeah.
And Adam became ill and cried with a loud voice, saying, let all my sons come to me, that I may see them before I die. And all came together, for the earth was settled in 3 parts. Manuscripts E1 and E2 read divided instead of settled.
No, either way.
And the Aramaic reads, for they were living apart, each by himself in his own place.
So either way, it makes sense anyways. So
they're all separate and they're all coming together.
yeah.
And they all came to the door of the house in which he used to enter to pray to God. This sentence occurs only in A1, A2, C, D3, and F. And his son Seth said, Father Adam, what is your illness? And he said, my children, much pain afflicts me.
Wow. Couldn't get much more specific than that, I guess, huh?
E1 and E2 omit this sentence and otherwise condense the conversation.
So what do they condense it to? Are you sick? And he says yes? Or like...
No, they just remove what he says.
So that he just doesn't get an answer. Okay.
Right. And they said, what is pain and illness?
Yeah, because they hadn't felt that before.
Yeah. The purpose of this section in both Vita and the Apocalypse of Moses is to show that sickness is not part of the created order, but rather one of the punishments brought by the fall.
Which, and also pain as well.
Yeah. And that's the end of chapter 5. I'm going to hand it off to you.
Great. Fantastic. I'll take it from here. Don't worry. I got your back, buddy. All right. So, yeah, now we can hop into chapter 6 then. And Seth answered and said, Father, have you been thinking of the things from which you used to eat and grieving to desire them? If such is the case, tell me, and I will go and bring you the fruit from paradise. For I will place dung on my head and weep and pray. And the Lord will hear me and will send his angel, and I will bring it to you so that the pain will leave you. Adam said to him, No, Seth, my son, but I have sickness and pain. Seth said to him, And how did this happen to you? Really, it didn't. Not much happened there. I feel like the part about him offering to go to the garden and get this food was just like passed by. Like it's just kind of there.
Yeah.
It's like, nah.
Same with the being a shithead offer.
Yeah, right. Like why? I don't know. I guess that's the reason why God would listen to him, is because this dude just put shit on his head, and God's like, dude, come on, that doesn't go there.
That's not where that goes.
It's unclear as to why.
It's probably some kind of mourning or like humility thing.
It's definitely, I think it falls under some kind of mourning practice. I know that in the in the Iliad, they'd like rub their face with like dirt and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So just like things that you wouldn't do in polite company, you would do when you mourn.
Like covering your head with feces.
Yeah, exactly. Don't you do that?
Every day.
You mourn every day?
Fucking shithead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Gigi Allen?
Yep.
Yes.
He would cover his face with feces.
I'm sure.
You take after Gigi Allen.
He's my hero.
Uh-huh.
I can't believe that. It's crazy.
I might believe that. Let's hop into chapter 7. However, that was the end of
Let's
chapter
do
6.
it to it.
Nah.
Adam said to him, When God made us, me and your mother, through whom I am dying, got to throw that in there.
Yeah.
He gave us every plant in paradise, but concerning one, he commanded us not to eat of it, for we would die by it. He commanded you not to eat from 2, right?
No, just one.
Oh, just the one?
He was allowed to eat from the tree of life.
Oh, okay.
He chose not to.
Okay,
Stupid.
got you. Just ate from, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, what an idiot. Okay.
He could have easily.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Manuscript B reads, and he will bring to me from the tree. Sorry. No, that was in the last chapter. He just mentioned oil in the last one.
Oh, right. Because there's that oil from the tree of life, which is applied in anointing to do things.
And it looks like just one manuscript is just a little bit different in phrasing, but it means the same thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 7. And the hour drew near for the angels who were guarding your mother to ascend and worship the Lord. And the enemy gave to her, and she ate from the tree, since he knew that neither I nor the holy angels were near her. Then she gave also to me to eat. I want to hear his explanation. Let's see if we're going to get that. Like, I'm assuming he didn't know it was from the tree, right?
Yeah. Let me point out that we're already like 34 chapters in to where the veto was.
Right.
Yeah.
That's disparate as fuck.
Right, exactly. And it goes on because it's just going to be like we have a whole other half of the story, basically.
Now I get why 29 is supposed to go first, because of where it is now.
No, not even.
No.
Like, it's, because 29,
29
lines
is
up.
contemporary with the first chapters
Yeah.
of the Vita.
Yeah. So it has chapter 29, and then the Vita has a whole bunch of story, and then some of them overlap over here. They start overlapping, and then
I understand why
and,
they
and then the
decided to
Vita
place
stops, and the apocalypse continues to go on. Essentially,
Yeah.
it's it's not the best put together work, but it's not really one work. They're just two separate works that are about the same thing.
them. Yeah.
So on to chapter 8.
So short.
Verily.
It is pretty short, yeah. When we both had eaten, God was angry with us, and the Lord came into paradise and called with a frightful voice, saying, "Adam, where are you? And why do you hide from my face?"
Is that your frightful voice?
No, I guess I should have had it be more frightful.
Whatever.
Do it again.
Yeah.
That's gonna be horrible. No.
Use a frightful voice.
Adam, where are you? Like a fucking ghost. I don't know.
Yeah, that's very frightful.
But, yeah,
It was certainly something. And why do you hide from my face? Can the house hide from its builder? So this is, of course, taken up.
A house can't hide.
No, cannot. So here is, it's interesting how they have ascribed a reason to why. Actually, hold on. Okay, so here are some possible interpretations here. So Adam is hiding, right? And their interpretation was like, oh, this is why God asks Adam, "Where are you?" Initially, in Genesis. So this, if he is in fact hiding, then that would suggest that he knows he did something wrong, because he would now know, right? Because he has the knowledge of good and evil. So,
Wait, without the knowledge of good and
how would you
evil-
know that it's wrong? Yeah, you wouldn't. That's you would have no idea that you shouldn't eat from that because you don't.
Even if he's told not to eat from it, he wouldn't know.
yeah, he wouldn't know if it was good or bad to break a command.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he would have no idea. So, but the whole thing was like, he wasn't subservient enough.
Absurd.
Yeah, right. And he said, "Since you have forsaken my covenant, I have submitted your body to 70 plagues."
Remember that.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, enjoy.
Let's see. 3 manuscripts read 72. Great. Just to rub a little dirt in the wound. This confusion is similar to the rabbinic question whether there are 70 or 72 nations in the world. We've talked about that before.
There's more.
Right, yeah. there are in fact more. So for I'll just, he can go fuck himself with these 70 plagues. The pain of the first plague is affliction. Oh, are we finally getting descriptions of these plagues? Holy shit.
Guess so.
The pain of the first plague is affliction of the eyes. Blindness, maybe. The pain of the second plague is of the hearing, deafness, and so one after the other, all the plagues shall pursue you. That doesn't help. So I'm guessing like every body part there is just kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Did the Vita have more depth than that?
No, the Vita had no depth at all.
Oh, hooray!
I don't think.
No.
Yeah, no.
Vita ain't got shit to say about that.
No, but at least we get kind of a description of it.
Kind of. A little bit. I mean,
that was it. We're not even getting all 70, unfortunately.
Just getting this little.
Or 72.
Or 72. Like,
well, it's not like
it was just
in what was it? The Testament of Solomon, where there was that long list that was just names, or was that in one of the Enochs, where there was a list of like 70 names in a row.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I don't think that was in the Testament of Solomon.
You sure?
I don't think it was. It was more recent than that. Was it in one of the apocalypses?
Yeah, it could have been in one of the apocalypses.
Maybe maybe it was apocalypse. Was it Abraham or Elijah? I don't remember.
No. It had to have been in Enoch, in one of the Enochs, because I remember that you had one version and I had another version, and they had completely different things written in them, and it was just names. So
yeah, that's right. Okay, so yeah, it was definitely probably the third book of Enoch.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. So I mean, in this case, I kind of wish we got a description of all the afflictions, but unfortunately, we don't. They just seem to leave out the interesting
We'll
stuff.
make them up later. You guys.
And I have afflicted you.
Make up 70 afflictions. Thanks.
With the pain that comes from stubbing your toe.
Yeah, I bet you it probably was like it got down to that.
I have afflicted you with the pain that comes from.
No, Justin, we are not reading all their names again.
Yeah, well.
Oh my God. Because those were horrible. The entire section. It was very long.
Except for Tuliel or whatever.
There were a couple angels that were more notable than others, but the huge list of angels that didn't tell you what they did or anything about them.
He's in charge of the third camp, and he bows his head to the guy who's in charge of the
No, it was
fourth
even
camp.
a different one. It was a different list.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It was one that was just names.
Oh, was that after that?
I don't remember. It all kind of blends together.
These are the 72 names written on the heart of the Holy One. Blessed be He. SS, Sadek, Sahiel Sur.
Let's just stop.
Spi,
No.
Sadiq.
Spi! Yes, this list was
Shin,
Because
Sebayoth,
he has just
Shaddai, Elohim, Yahweh,
just not. This is bad.
Degul, Wadam.
This is
Quotation mark. Apostrophe YW, apostrophe Y, apostrophe,
Yes, stop,
apostrophe
stop, that's
H.
great.
this is
That was the
why.
list. That was the list.
These names are terrible.
Yeah, they're just horrible.
Do not name your child apostrophe Y apostrophe or SSS quotation mark.
Yeah, that's bad. That's very bad. All right, so let's hop into chapter 9, shall we?
Do it.
All right. While he was saying these things to his sons, he sighed deeply and said, just like that, "What shall I do? I am in great distress." And Eve also wept and said, "My lord Adam, rise. Give me half of your illness and let me bear it, because this has happened to you through me. Because of me, you suffered troubles and pain." It's interesting that this in this one she doesn't like suggest taking on all of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that she would,
Nah.
considering her character.
Well, no.
Different Eve.
Different Eve.
Right, okay. But Adam said to Eve, "Rise and go with our son Seth near to paradise, and place earth on your heads and weep, beseeching God so that he might have mercy on me, and send his angel into paradise, and give me from the tree out of which the oil flows, and bring it to me, and I will anoint myself and rest." So he's preparing himself for death, and he requires this oil for it. And yeah, Eve and Seth they're gonna go get it.
Yep.
Yeah. Although it is interesting that so he doesn't want Seth to go get any of the stuff from the garden.
Oh no.
He needs to beseech God and the angels, and they're gonna do it. That's the right way to do it. So on to chapter 10.
Give me chapter 10.
Give you chapter 10. Why?
This is the last one, and we've been handing it one back and forth.
Whatever.
It's just the last chapter.
I know. Give it to me.
It's literally not that
Let him
long.
read it, Ruben. Come on.
And Seth and Eve went into the regions of paradise. As they were going, Eve saw her son and a wild beast attacking him. Now it doesn't.
No.
Yeah, here in the Vita, it doesn't say a wild beast. It talks about a serpent.
Yeah. So
It says a serpent, a beast.
So this would see now. I am led to believe that the Latin came after the Greek, because the Greek word there for beast is probably therion, and therion. So in the Bible, in Revelation, it is translated as beast, but it can mean any kind of monster. So like there were, in fact, one of the Attic orators that we had to read was calling, I think he was calling Demosthenes a monster, and he uses that word. He calls him like a monster such as this. But it could be any wild animal, any beast or monster. So I think it would make sense if the Latin came later.
All right, because it does specify more.
Yeah, when that is because it comes directly from that one word, the understanding of that one word.
And Eve wept, saying, "Woe is me!
Oh no.
For when I come to the day of resurrection, all who have sinned will curse me, saying," some manuscripts read here, "Cursed be Eve, for she did not keep the command of God."
He's going through a lot of accents
lot
there.
today.
Yeah.
He had what is that accent that we use in the current campaign?
Like Daffy Duck almost.
No, not Daffy Duck. Is there a name for that accent?
Oh.
The Scottish one?
No, not the Scottish one.
What are you talking
No, not
about?
that fucking one. The one that that Adita has.
Oh, the Mike Tyson.
The Mike Tyson one. That's right. Yeah.
That's what that
So
is?
that one,
Yeah.
and then you also went kind of piratey there.
Yeah, you did.
Well, it said "Cursed be Eve." That's a very piratey thing to say.
Just do what you feel like, man.
And anyways, saying instead of "Cursed be Eve," that Eve did not keep the command of God. And Eve cried out to the beast and said, "Oh, you evil beast, do you not fear to attack the image of God? How was your mouth opened? How did your teeth grow so strong? How did you not remember your subjection? For you were once subjected to the image of God."
Oh, that's funny. I could totally see the character in the campaign kind of saying that actually to Adita.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, you beast.
How do you not remember your subjection?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eve with the lisps.
Yeah.
So that was
Something.
yeah, that happened also in the Vita version where she's all like, "How could you?" Like
You're
we're
attacking
humans.
the image of God.
Yeah, right. So it's an interesting, because it does build up on the hierarchy there, right? If you consider Satan's actions and his reasons for not worshiping, because like he's been around longer and he's far more powerful, and he's smarter too.
Yeah.
So like, just keep fucking with them. guess-
Apparently not smart enough.
No, apparently not.
Yep. So what do you think of the Apocalypse of Moses so far?
I really want to see what like the more unique material is.
It makes me anticipate more interesting things later.
Yeah, because we have read 10 chapters today, but we got all the way through, at least storyline wise, through like where they're actually going to the garden and they meet this beast.
I was going to do
wait.
the lisp for Yahweh, but he didn't have any lines in that chapter.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's okay. I think Eve having it is far funnier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of our reading for today.
Yeah. Let's see. How much do we have to? How long is this even? I didn't actually
Well, it's
check.
2 volumes. There's volume 1 and then volume 2, which you're reading right now.
Okay, well, whatever. Okay, so it looks like this one is
Longer.
43 chapters. Okay, that's fine. 43 chapters it is. So we can cut that up to like 11 chapters.
Yeah, we can chop it up into tiny little pieces.
And then send it off to all of Israel. Because that is a thing that happens in the Bible. Amazing.
Well, if you enjoyed the stream so far, and really it's the end of it. So if you enjoyed the stream today,
and
or any of our streams,
it looks like
yeah, something's weird.
Yeah, because they have.
Oh, now we get sizes.
Yeah, we get sizes,
and
colors.
Some of the shirts are missing again, like the bird one.
No, the bird one was
bird
up
one's
there.
on top.
It is.
Yeah.
Where?
I just saw it.
You sure?
Yeah, I saw it.
Keep scrolling. There it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just rearranged things.
Yeah. So these look. They're just titled differently. Yeah. Let's pin the bird one.
Pin that shit. If you want to buy a T-shirt,
There's one.
go buy one from us and not from someone else.
No.
And-
This one's better. This one's far better.
Yeah, and you know what? If you want to be entered into a giveaway to maybe get a T-shirt, then
Be a $10 patron.
Yeah, or you could be other patron levels, and you could like be on the show.
You could join us in Hangouts. You
could
can get our video
the-
scripts.
You could get Lawrence's book.
Yeah, you won't like it.
You'll love it.
No.
Has Lennon gotten it?
Yeah.
Did he read it?
Yeah.
Did he like it?
Yeah. But I think he's just being nice when he says it.
Wow.
Oh no.
Lennon's gonna hear that.
Yeah.
Still be nice about it.
He'd still be nice about it.
Yeah.
Landon, we want you to tear it apart. Not literally, because it's a collector's item.
Yeah, right.
Because so few of them have been printed.
Yeah, no.
But figuratively,
no, actually,
you're
Justin,
gonna order it now.
You don't have to order it, Justin. I have to send out. I have to send out actual copies because it's part of the patron rewards.
Mhm.
But I do have to order more copies for that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know what? There's other. You can check out our Amazon wish list if you want to give us money. It's
that's
full of books.
That's some content right there on the Amazon wish list.
And
links are in the description for that.
Facebook and Twitter free.
Yeah, completely free.
Though, isn't there like a tip option on Facebook somewhere?
Is there?
You know that you can send payment through Messenger.
Yeah.
Right. So you could potentially give money to Lawrence
through the I don't know what you would.
Facebook Messenger.
That would be. I don't think I've ever received money through Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
I know it's the thing you can do.
I don't know why. Why would they do that?
I don't know. Either way.
Now, MilwaukeeAtheist@gmail.com. Lawrence Diss Tracks.
Lawrence Diss Tracks. We want them.
Yep. And what else? If you want to make video responses, now in YouTube, you can tag people in the names of videos.
Oh, is that a new thing?
I think so, yeah.
I know, like, Have
you seen the incredibly shitty update that they made to video presentation where now there's like 2 little boxes underneath the video, and one is like the title of the video and stuff, and then the other is like the top comment or something.
Oh yeah.
It's terrible. Why, Susan?
I don't know why they did that.
You know, it was really best back in the day when you had like
the 5-star rating system.
5-star rating system, video responses that you could
directly
see
under
directly under. Yeah.
Well, though with the video responses, people could just post whatever. So like,
it was great.
Right, but sometimes the whatever was just a video they had already made about something completely separate that wasn't actually a response. Like they could like respond to, because I actually
King Phil lettuce.
like I would like whenever I made a video, even though it was bad, like I would go on like the most popular videos and just make a video response, and I would just put my video that I wanted to get views as a video response.
And did it work?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, which is why it should come back.
It was completely unrelated to anything happening.
We could like go on those makeup tutorial
It worked.
channels, and we could like just tag Atheist Sunday School episodes.
Yeah, shit like that.
as
Like,
video responses.
oh my god.
Incredible, guys.
We would get millions of views.
Wow.
I don't know if that would be great reception.
Who cares? It'd be
You should
funny.
make a Diablo 4
It would
video without knowing anything about Diablo 4, and it isn't out yet.
Yeah, it was
I
just
mean, that's how you got all those views on Lilith, because people were looking that up right around that time. It was correlated.
yeah, I got lucky on that one.
Well, you could get lucky again and make the first Diablo 4 video and be like, haha, I got you, you stupid. I got you again.
Like, it'd be really easy. You just have to be like, Diablo 4 is a video game made by
Microsoft
Rareware?
now.
is
Microsoft
it?
bought everything.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Starring great characters like Master Chief and
Mewtwo, I don't know.
Mewtwo. In it, you collect coins and
Trophies.
trophies. Yeah, you build houses out of blocks, and
This is already sounding horrible. All right, but thank you everyone for joining us. Hope you liked the episode and the reading. Hopefully we get into something a little more novel.
really, because I hope they loved the episode and the reading, and that they look forward to even better things in the future.
Wow.
Someone else.
You are so kind, Ruben.
I mean,
You are just
Yeah.
so nice.
so nice.
Either way, that's the show for today. All links to everything is in the description.
Or you can email MilwaukeeAtheists@gmail.com and ask for the link.
Please don't. That's annoying.
Do it. Do it right
an old
now.
person.
I probably won't respond to that. Just letting you know.
I will badger him until he responds to all of your emails.
Wow.
I might
All right.
respond. I got access to the email.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Oh,
Thank
$3.
you.
$3.
Very much appreciated.
Now that warrants you responding to his email when he asks you what the link is for the Facebook and Twitter account.
Yeah, amazing. That works out perfectly well. $3, easy clap.
Yep.
All right, but either way, that's the show for today. Thank you so much for joining us, and
We will see you on Sunday
for Bible stuff. We're gonna